Good morning, beautiful people. I have quite a bit to say, so let's get it. Um, Over the weekend, I went to a restaurant that required reservations. And we all know that reservations mean to, call ahead so that they can hold a space for us at a particular time for us to go in and dine. Places that require, this was a place that required a reservation. Like you couldn't just walk in and say, hey, I want to come in and eat. And so when I thought about some type of way that word reserve popped up into my spirit. And it was crazy because I was like, wow, we make reservations for things, for places. We make reservations for people in our lives. We allow them to hold up space in our lives. We allow them to hold up space in our mind. And that causes them to hold up space or, hold space in our spirit, in our energy. And we don't leave room for ourselves. So, when you make a reservation at a restaurant, they only have so many slots at a time. And we allow people to make reservations so much in our lives that we don't take up space for ourselves. We don't reserve the space for us. So it's okay to take care of others. It's okay to be there for others. But, man, it's crazy. In the last 2 months, I have heard people say to me so many times, got to put on your own oxygen mask. In the case of an emergency, you have to put on your own oxygen mask. I heard it when I went to the retreat. That was my first time hearing it. I mean, I've heard of it on airplanes, but that was my first time hearing it in reference to me. Then I was listening to Let Them, and it said it in there. I was listening to a podcast, and all of these are random, like pick, nothing to do with one another. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and the guy said, put on your own oxygen mask. And I was listening to Living with Intent this morning, and the lady said, put on your oxygen mask first. And so when I hear something like that come across my desk, it's no accident. God is trying to tell me something. And then when that word came up in my head yesterday, or it was dropped in my spirit yesterday about the reservations, man, it was powerful. And I feel so free and I feel so liberated because I have spent years allowing other people to make reservations, being able to control me, being able to push my buttons, being able to giving them space to take up my time and put them before me to the point where I'm sucked dry. I have nothing left. So where's that time for me? So that got me also into thinking about the root word of reservation, which is reserve, which does mean to hold a spot. But when you hear the word reserve, you also think about the military, the Army Reserves, right? The reserves is a group of people who are held back. They don't go in with the regular troops. They are held back. And they are dispatched in case of an emergency. And sometimes, unfortunately, we allow people to take so many spaces. We give so many people reservations and so much time in our life that we fail to send out the troops. We fail to send out the reserves because we allow it to get to emergency. And where's the protection for ourselves? Because that's what the reserves are. They protect. And we just don't do that. Even in an emergency, lights could be blaring, flashing lights. In an airplane, when they say put your mask on first, it doesn't just be like, oh, here's a mask. No, there are lights. The captain comes on and says, hey, we are experiencing this. The flight attendants let everybody know, hey, this is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Put your mask on. But yet and still, when it becomes an emotional emergency or something that is a blaring light, blood pressure, health issues, body tensing up, frustration, emotional chaos, we still don't send in the reserves. We still don't stop to say, all right. And so the scripture that came up along with that, because, if you watch my podcast, I listen to podcasts, I listen to books, I read the Bible, I try to tie everything I do into scripture. And so Luke 10, I want to say it's 38 through 41, where Jesus went to go visit Mary and Martha. And Martha was upset because Jesus came and popped in. And so she was like cooking, cleaning, while Mary was just sitting there at Jesus' feet. And so Martha went to Jesus, was like, Jesus, man, I'm walking around, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And you see her just sitting there, she's not helping me. And Jesus was like, she is doing what's best in this moment, which is sitting at my feet and hearing me and listening to me and kicking it with me. And you run around driving yourself crazy. Nah, that scripture means that Martha was more concerned about worldly things, outward things. But how many of us do that? We are so busy taking care of everybody else. Got to do the laundry, got to wash the clothes, got to cook the dinner, got to wash the dishes, got to clean the house, got to go to work, got to take care of kids, got to take care of a spouse, got to. We do everything except for taking time for ourselves. And it's like, how can you have the energy and not help but to be burnt out if you did not take the time to be Mary and to sit at the feet of Jesus? Or again, if you don't believe in the Bible, you don't believe in God, you didn't take time for yourself to just sit and be quiet and meditate and understand you and put on your own emotional mask, oxygen mask, before you can go out and try to minister or help anybody else. And, you're thinking that you're ministering to your family by being a mother and doing motherly duties or wifely duties or whatever, but you allow yourself to be drowned out. You're not taking care of yourself, and that serves no one. So you have to take time for yourself. It's not selfish. It's just self-love. So I talked long enough. I have to get ready to go to work. But have a great, wonderful, awesome, dare I say, amazing day. Peace.